If you're like me, you got a lot of great taste, but maybe a small budget. It's DJ LumbaJack here, your boy, and taking you on the funky adventure as I crate dig up and down all the thrift stores, because I'm a cheapskate when it comes to records, but I love the thrill of the hunt. So I play with you here, each record that I find through my adventures, and I review it here, my live reaction, listening to it on the tables. It's called Thrift Store Finds Vinyl Digs. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go! Oh hey, it's your boy Sam, aka DJ LumbaJack. Welcome back to the Viral Media Network channel. This is Thrift Store Finds, episode 22. Now before we go any further, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check out all the great videos. Hit that notification bell if you want to stay notified when new videos come out. We got a lot of great videos, so check out all the different playlists, what we got going on. Now this show is all about me crate digging through thrift stores and sharing with you some of the more obscure, odd, or funny ones. Now, we're on a bit of an international kick, but, you know, it's really fun because, you know, it's basically my blind reaction to these records. So some of them I've heard a few times before, or maybe not at all, and, you know, just play them for you, and this is my unrehearsed reaction to these records. So hope you enjoy it. Now, last week, we played a record from China, I think, or an Asian country. I'm pretty sure it's China based on the scripture, the writings, but if anyone out there that is Asian or speaks an Asiatic language that recognizes it, put it in the comments here or put it in last episode 21's comment, or check it there on the iCard. And we're going to move on this week, continuing our theme, to the Western Hemisphere, a little south of the border from where we are here in the United States. And so if you're ready, I'm ready. We're going to go to Mexico. Whoa, hey, whoa, wait, whoa. We're going to Mexico. That's right, a holiday in Mexico. And since it's still right around New Year's, it's still holiday season. You know, we missed the Christmas. You know, we put out records during the Christmas time, but we didn't really, or Hanukkah, or holiday time, or winter solstice, or what have you. But we didn't really have that theme during that. So this is kind of in that realm by also staying, you know, agnostic, so to speak. Holiday in Mexico. Now, it's kind of a summer holiday, but a lot of times people go to tropical places during the winter. And what better place than in Mexico? Now, this lady is, they've blurred out the kind of beers, but I could only wonder what kind of cervezas they're drinking and where the picture is taking place. So it looks like it's got a good amount of songs. La Cucaracha's on here, the Mexican hat dance that we're all familiar with. And there's probably some other ones that we probably recognize, but I've never actually listened to this record. It just looked like such an iconic, you know, 50s, 60s vintage album. So I'm excited. And it's from the Halo. See that? Halo. I've never heard of that company before. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. But if you're ready, I'm ready. It's episode 22 of Thrift Store Finds. Let's go. All right, here we go. Episode 22. Hey, man, I didn't know we'd make it this far. I mean, it's not that many episodes, but just to think, like, I just started this for fun, and, you know, it hasn't gotten a huge traction so far, but I think those that watch it enjoy. But please do leave a comment below. Tell me how I can improve, what records you might want to see, maybe to look for, or the kind of music you want me to go out there and look for. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to go on this international kick, but here it is. And Mexico, Holiday in Mexico, by Halo Records, high fidelity, long playing, 33 1/3. So yeah, not too much. There's no inner sleeve. The record itself is kind of beat up, so I'm not expecting much. That will, you know, give it down, you know, just there alone, it's down like two notches. And by the way, I grade it from a 0 to 10. If you've never seen this show, 0 being very, very low and 10 being the highest. multiple factors: quality of the record itself, physical record, quality of the recording, how well it's composed from track to track, and how well it flows, and also the samplability, like how many extractions could I like sample and make into a beat or use as a little scratch or something when I'm messing around. So we're gonna start with side one here, the Sombrero song, which in Spanish is called Chipanecas, Mexican dancing song. Now there's a lot of scratches, so I'm gonna for sure take my brush here and give it a little cleaning. Hopefully that'll help a little bit, but I don't think it'll be too bad. If you're noticing too, the audio quality of this video is a little better because I finally decided to not be lazy and actually use a lav, and I got a direct feed from the record into the audio, into the video recording. Because, you know, I'm just trying to do these simple YouTube videos. I wasn't trying to do a full production, but sometimes you just got to do really good, clean audio because, well, that is some of the criticism that I have gotten, and I appreciate that. Some of the critique is that, hey, you know, it's like the audio is kind of all over the place, or you're shouting when you're playing the record because you're just playing it out of the speakers to record. And I am just recording this on a cell phone, but hey, you know what? Galaxies, iPhones, they work great. I'm doing this on a Galaxy Note 10, which is a little old, but you can see the video quality is still pretty good, especially for something like this. You know, I'm not doing any high definition graphics or anything. It's just me playing records. You still want a good quality though. So for what that is, that's good, but we're just adding the audio component to it. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment below if you've noticed a difference, or if you're not, you just say, hey, you're rambling on, get to the damn record. All right. So track one, the Mexican hat dance. And I don't know if this will be in Spanish or English. All right, we all kind of know, most of you kind of know this, especially if you, very traditional. Okay. Good orchestration. I'm actually surprised. I'm not going to... Still pretty good quality for how many scratches I see. Very well played. It doesn't really say who recorded this. Oh, Record Corporation of America. But yeah, this is all other albums you could buy. There's no real notes. You know, again, there's no sleeve. So I'm liking this first song. I mean, very traditional. Again, if you grew up in... And again, I also look for the way songs are ended. A little refrain. Okay, see, that was good. Fast. This next one is La Cucaracha, I believe. So, all orchestrated, no vocals so far. Oh, sorry. That was the refrain, or the coda, I guess, maybe. So that first song is pretty good, especially I like how, you know, it's fast, starts out fast, goes slow, different orchestrations, different instrumentations. Ya no puedo caminar, porque no tiene, porque le falta marihuana que fumar. So these are all like Mexican standards, and you can tell, you know, not to burst anybody's bubble, but this is the European influence in Mexico, right? Ya no puedo caminar. I don't know the other lyrics, but no tiene porque le falta marihuana que fumar. I like it though, and again, I'm with the amount of scratches that I saw on this record. See how it ends. Kind of a call and response between the cellos and the violins, or the horns maybe. I love that. See, isn't that ending way more interesting than a fade out? Like, I don't really care how it ends as long as it doesn't fade out. You know what I mean? Fade outs are just kind of weak. Okay, so that was La Cucaracha. Still loving this. Te quiero, de Heste, Magic in the Midnight. Te quiero de Heste. Love the sax. Can't you just imagine walking down the streets of Oaxaca in the moonlight with a little sweetie? Maybe with this sweetie, huh? I'm loving it. And again, so to go back to the composition of the record, song to song, track to track, how it flows, you had a nice upbeat, fast-paced tempo of the Mexican hat dance that started it. La Cucaracha was kind of a slower one, but still had a nice kind of driving rhythm. This is a nice waltzy kind of dance, slow song you do with your honey walking through the streets of Mexico, maybe Mexico City, Acapulco, Oaxaca. And again, I don't play these tracks all the way through. These episodes are long enough that if I were to play the whole track, it would take a long time. All right. So another thing I should note, see a nice long, like 3 for 3 so far. So the first let me say, Rancho Grande. That's what this track is called, Rancho Grande, Rancho Grande. The first side is called The Moods. If you can read that right there, I'll zoom in. The Moods of the Country. Second side is Paso Doble, Music of the Bullfights. Hey, ole. I love it. Good mix of string and brass. Kind of, again, that call and response. Great instrumentation. And the flute, the sweeping flutes. All these tracks are pretty quick too. I mean, I'm jumping ahead, but not that. I don't need to do it that much actually. Jazz hands. See? 4 for 4 so far with the endings. I know I'm a stickler for the endings for some reason, but... Okay, this one's called... Clevelitos. Clevelitos? I really like these. This is such a good album. This is such a cool album. I mean, who would have thought, you know? And as far as samplability, you know you can sample a ton of this. See how it slows down, the tempo changes, not just the same the whole way through, the variety. I'm pretty sure I didn't skip ahead to the next song. Yeah. See, it comes that card at the end, right? Oh, that sting at the end, come on! I mean, how could you say that a fade out is better than something like that? You know what I mean? Even if you don't like that type of music, right? Okay. Second to last song on the side, La Gondarina. Not, what'd you think? Not the the VD or the STD. La Gondrina. I think it's like has something to do with a gondola. La Gondrina. I'll put the definition down below. I'll look it up during the edit process. So La Gondrina. I feel like we had this song on a different album. I'm gonna put a bubble head here and just be like, oh yeah, it's this one. Was it the Cheers songs or the oh, maybe it's the Songs of Spain. We had that album that was the Songs of Spain. I'm gonna look back to that and see. That might be the correlation there. Okay, a little ballad. I'm gonna skip to the end here. Especially since, I mean, it doesn't seem like too different than the rendition that we heard before. If you want to just nuzzle up and get cozy. So you can just kind of like, ties it up in a nice little bow, doesn't it? Okay, last track on the side is Clap Your Hands. Aplauso, por favor. Let's hear where it's time to. Ah! Bells. Probably something your abuela listens to, right? Or your great abuela at this point. so old. I bet this is from the 50s or 60s, right? Hey, I like it, nice and simple. Good way to end. You know, you don't have to, song doesn't have to be long to be impactful, but it should be interesting. And again, the ending, all of these endings, there's been no fade outs, okay? Side B, we'll see. I don't know if it's a totally different story. Paso Doble, music of the bullfights. First track, Sombrero and Memo. Sombrero and Memo. Again, very traditional Mexican, right? Very influential from Spain, Europe, the orchestration, all that kind of stuff. But you can't deny that it definitely has a distinction of a Mexican kind of characterness despite the Spanish influence. Definitely heavy Spanish, heavy traditional Mexican as opposed to, you know, what we've heard since the 60s in Mexico, especially with all the rock that's pervasive there, and hip hop, rock and roll, like I said, and you know, house music and soca and reggaeton and all that stuff. You know, salsa, cumbia. I know I'm talking about other Latin countries, but you can definitely hear this at a bullfight. Gonna keep moving on. Pretty standard, really. Yes, pretty standard. Okay, yeah. Okay, how is this going to end? I want to know. Like a little slap from the bullfight. Kind of had the little Hanna-Barbera ending there, but I'll take it, you know, not bad. La Faina, track 2 on side B. Okay. Digging it. I mean, this side is definitely a lot more horn heavy, less strings. Side A had a nice little mix of strings and horns. I want to say it was heavier on the strings. This is definitely a brass, horns kind of side, right? Instrumentation. Both sides very limited on percussion. This has a little more percussion. Definitely there, percussion is there. But again, more orchestral. And of course, very trumpet heavy with those. Claves come in at the end, dun dun dun, right? You could just that could be a sample right there. We're talking samplability as far as. Again, I'm not the best scratcher, but I can hear it, you know? So, plus I'm just doing it on the spot, but there it is. Whoops. it is. Right? You hear that? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, samplability, and also a good sting at the end, right? Porque te quiero, because I like you. Yeah, definitely some flamenco influences, which is definitely a Spanish thing. Obviously, they have it in Mexico, but it's brought over by Spain. Is put something that's kind of more uniquely Mexican. Definitely a lot of like love, and you can kind of feel the sort of like confrontational sort of like back and forth going on. There's like kind of a push and pull in the song, if that makes sense. Hey, hey. So all instrumental too, no vocals, which again, a nice good sing. Of course I talked over it, but I'll rewind it real quick. All right, just that one little hit. Or you can do something like this. And that's better. Okay. Siempre Andalucía, okay? As I said, lots of Spanish influence. Andalucía is a city in Spain. Andalucía, as they say, por la gente in España, but story for a different time. First time we heard kind of a more of a soprano baritone sound from the horns, right? More of the higher end trumpet, saxophone, alto, tenor. So, well, some tenor maybe, but there's some sax. You can hear the end coming, but again, not only a great ending, but yeah, I can't do this side. I should probably do it with my left hand. I'm better with my left hand. I can't scratch like that. Anyways, great ending. That's track 1, 2, 3, 4 on the B side. Siempre Andalucía. The second to last track, track 5, would be Operetta Flamenco. Now we're really getting into Spain. So flamenco, there's a lot of kind of like stomping moves with the dancing. It's very intricate. I was in Spain as a young child, well, young adult, I should say, 17 years old, and saw live flamenco in a small restaurant in Madrid, I believe it was at the time. I can't remember which city offhand, but I believe it was Madrid, or it could have been Granada. But they didn't have horns or anything. It was just a couple of singers and a guitarist, and then I think it was like 2 or 3 female dancers that were doing the stomping, dancing in front of us. It was quite awesome. Another little kind of call and response there going. Opera flamenco, the flamenco opera maybe? I don't know. There you go. All right, the final track of the album. Ay, mi sombrero. Again, kind of jumping ahead. I've actually played a lot of the songs in most of its entirety, just because they're very quick and they go sort of fast in a way, but even the slow ones. But again, I love the tempo, and the tempo doesn't necessarily change, but the melody slows down and then picks back up. Kind of jump into the end because, you know, we're already looking at maybe a half-hour video or so. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Ah, bump. Okay. And that was Holiday in Mexico, put out by the Halo Records. Now, you know, I was actually, like I said at the beginning, oh, it's such bad quality, I'm going to knock it down a few grades at least. And I know I got to preface this with an asterisk because it's obviously very Spanish influence. It's a lot of the European traditional Mexico, not very representative of the native population or the people that are mixed with Aztec or Mayan and Spanish blood or whatnot. So it doesn't really reflect that kind of part of Mexico. But just objectively, okay, I don't want to preface it with any sort of sociological or, like I said, representative or colonialist, non-colonialist kind of stuff. I'm just looking at the music, okay? Well recorded, pretty good quality record despite all the scratches, okay? I also am a little partial to Spain because I spent time there and lived with the family there, and I also love Mexico as well. I love the culture. So I'm going to actually grade it higher than I thought. I'm just going to grade it a 10, okay? Haters are going to hate, but this is a great album. Obviously, tons of sampleability. and I just loved it. Give it a 10, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, this is my show. I get to do what I want. And I preface it with an asterisk, okay? So this whole, like, you know, oh, well, it's obviously like holiday Mexico, right? The colonialists, the colonizers are coming to vacation and blah, blah, blah. Let's just appreciate the music for what it is and just, like, forget all that for a second. So anyways, don't mean to get into a big kerfuffle there. And if you really have a strong opinion about that, please leave that in the comments. Or if you kind of agree with me and be like, yeah, you know what, there is kind of that problematic stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of a fun little vintage record to go back to and look at. And, you know, who knows, maybe someone's abuela or great grandparents listen to this kind of music and it really brings them back. So leave a comment, let me know what you think, subscribe to the channel, like the video, dislike it, and tell me what you think. Why don't you like it? Hit that notification bell, or is it on this side? I always forget. I think it's on this side. Anyways, hit that notification bell, hit thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, stay abreast, and notified when new episodes come out. I'm your boy Sam, aka DJ LumbaJack. This is the Viral Media Network channel. It's been Thrift Store Finds, episode 22, Holiday Mexico. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.